tell us what you think about the program so far, what we need to improve, and all of that.
Why are you taking this data? Is there any reason why you're doing all this?
Yes, it is important. It is also going to help us, to improve upon how we put together our events every year after year.
What are you expecting from today's program?
As always, it's going to be fun. It's going to be massive. It's going to be encouraging. And speaking on our team today, it's an empowered nurse.
Okay.
And we know an empowered nurse is a nurse who is trained, who has resources. And it should also send as a reminder to us that we need to invest in our nurses, because if you invest in a nurse, you are investing in the future of the healthcare.
Talking about investment and encouragement, I have our brother here, Senior Courage. I am almost tempted to say Courage Koshiga, but that would be so unfair, you know? Come closer. Senior Courage, what brings you here today?
Today, I'm basically here for us to celebrate ourselves, celebrate nurses and midwives across the length and breadth of this country.
But who are you? I mean, you didn't introduce yourself. You didn't tell us what you do.
So I'm Courage Kwame Kuma. I'm the regional chairman for Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association for the one and only region. You know, it's Volta and others. So I'm the regional chairman for Volta region. Yes.
I mean, you have blazed your trail as a nurse, and we are proud to associate with you. The fact that currently you had a recent appointment, can you take us through that?
Basically, I think it's about service, it's about leadership, and I'm grateful to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and also my sector minister, Honorable Kurt Nawaane, for recognizing me and calling me to serve.
Okay, so you've been called to serve where exactly? You
as a board member.
Don't be a typical politician. Be a nurse politician, right?
As a board member of the whole teaching hospital.
Awesome.
Awesome. Basically to give strategic directions for the hospital's progress.
Do you think that every nurse have the capacity to equally make it to the level that you've been able to do?
Certainly, every nurse. The unique thing about being a nurse is that once you are a nurse, you are all round. You can be able to play a lot of roles in different sectors. Law is an all-round thing, and you should be able to do it. If I'm here, I'm not here because there is something much unique about me in particular. It's about service, and nurses readily serve, basically.
All right. Congratulations, and we hope you continue to serve the good people of Volta region.
Thank you very much.
And as you serve, you continue to receive the awards you've been getting. 2 awards to your credit, right?
Certainly.
Do you have your current award winner around?
No, she's not here today.
Okay. But what has she been doing?
Well, technically, we've been engaging a lot of stakeholders over the period. We met the Volta and OT regional directors of health services. We met the Jasikan, the newly ordained bishop of the Jasikan diocese, who had offered his blessings to her. We also met the OT regional minister.
Okay.
We had a deba at the Nkwanta St. Joseph Hospital recently, and we are hoping that we would be able to engage much more stakeholders, even if we had to get to the presidency.
All right. I know you can do it. Thank you so much, Comrade Courage. And then I have someone else in the house who is going to share. So she's from the... Okay, so we have some little information coming our way from the planning committee, and Sister Vic is going to join us again. Sister Vic, come and do it quickly for us. What exactly is going to happen that you want participants to know?
Yeah, so we have a package given to all participants. So we just want to give a little information about it. So inside that package, you have a souvenir, beautiful souvenir, and your lights, which will be used during the rally around the lamp period. We just want you to know that when it's time for you to light your lamp, just pick it up, turn to the bottom of it, and switch it on, and your light will be on. You pick your light, turn to the bottom of it, switch it on, and your light is on. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for that information. If you have your candle, I don't have mine, so when am I getting mine? make sure you send forth mine to me. But I have a very important personality in the house, so I need to jack up a little, huh? Madam, please join us quickly. And you look so glamorous in the association cloth. Can you tell us about yourself? Welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. I am Jemima Fati Akon, the principal for National Midwifery Training College, Kolebu, and also the president for Conference of Heads of Health Training Institutions.
What is that about? The Conference of Health Training Institutions, what's that about?
We are a group of principals managing the health training institutions in Ghana, but specifically nursing, midwifery, and allied health.
Okay. Talking about the theme for this year's celebration about empowering nurses, how can we ensure that empowerment begins in our training institutions?
Exactly. Thank you for the question. Indeed, like we already know, nursing and midwifery, we form more than 58% of the nursing and midwifery or the health workforce in specific. And so we are the foundation, and that we must train them well so that they will be able to discharge their duties well. Indeed, I know that Ghana, and you also know that Ghana has signed on to the attainment of the universal health coverage.
Exactly.
And we cannot achieve it if we do not train our people very well to be able to discharge their duties, regardless of wherever they found themselves or even our clients find themselves. We should be able to render quality health services to them. And so that is why we are all here. It is our duty. The theme is that our nurses, our future, and that an empowered nurse is able to save life. Indeed, if you are empowered in terms of knowledge, skills, the right attitude, you'll be able to save lives more than we can ever imagine. And it just doesn't end there. We also need adequate resources wherever we find ourselves. Resources at the training level, resources at the service delivery level. Everybody must get on board so that we'll be able to discharge our duties well and serve our mother Ghana because they deserve it. Thank you.
Indeed, we deserve it. The resources are very necessary, and empowerment has to continue right even after school.
Yes.
I left school some years ago, and we tried to catch up, want to get back to school. Some have gone back. But I look at our systems then and now. It looks like it's going through quite some reformations.
Yes.
What can we do to ensure that even after school, people will be able to, or nurses and midwives can be able to stay sharp when in terms of whatever they've been trained to do and whatever they've acquired knowledge from school previously?
So you can only be empowered to be able to discharge your duties well when you have the required skills. And so skill is not just for today.
So I'm sorry to cut you. Just by the way, we have our honorable MP in the house. We've been looking forward to see him. Sorry about that. And oh, really? And we have our mama in the house, my mother, our mother, every nurse and midwife's mother. She's going to pass through here. No, I think they should join us now. They should join us. They should join us. Auntie Alice, please come. This one is not formal. Yes. Auntie Alice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Asari Alote. She actually was my first director, my first mother, who groomed me into nursing and nursing practice. And we have the latest Prof in the house. And then I think I have all my bosses in the house today. And it's going to be difficult speaking to them. But let me just make it snappy. You're looking very great.
Thank you.
And you have seen the association to this point, and then you've seen some gains that are being made. Do you appreciate the journey so far since you left office?
Absolutely. Yeah. I do appreciate the growth of the union, the association, the development. We have moved from another level to another level. And congratulations to the current executive, the president, the executive council, and the entire assembly, and the entire membership. We've done well. And all that I say is today is our day. And so I wish all nurses and midwives a happy day. We should work with our heart and continue to lead the front of health because we are the backbone. So all depends on the success of the health of the nation lies on our shoulders. And so we should give out our best to make sure that we are appreciated by the general public or our clientele.
My mother never misses her words, as perfect as they sound. Nothing more to add. Can you tell us briefly what gives you joy about today?
Well, today, for me, I am very proud. I'm proud to be a nurse, and I'm proud to represent nursing and midwifery.
Yeah.
We have proved that unity is indeed strength.
Okay.
And when we are united, there's a lot that we can do. If you look at the past years up to today, we've seen nurses grow professionally, grow academically, grow practically, and all that. And I think that gives me a lot of joy, and I'm very proud of that.
Chief, how about you? Snappy? As we get ready to go into the room to start our dignity ceremony. So, Chief, your last words.
Yes,
Madam President,
I'm also happy to be part of the celebration.
Please, you can get into.
Yes, we are the
very much.
backbone of the healthcare, and I want to use this opportunity to wish all of us a happy Nurses Day.
Thank you very much, and we are quickly going in to begin the show. And we are grateful to everyone who joined us. We have our dignitaries right going in. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to the media team. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please rise? Shall we please be upstanding?
Raise that flag of the naysayers. The Grnma moves on in styles. Everything is right, but everything is in place. We will let our light so shine to the world. Globally, we stand tall. Oh yeah, come on everybody, talk about Grnma.
Thank you, Ken.
Clap your hands on the rhythm of the song. Let the rhythm play.
Thank you.
All I have to say, congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you, Ken. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. Thank you very much. Unity. You must show the strength in your voice. Unity. Wonderful. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making the time to be here this morning. The celebration is about you and all you have done to keep us alive. So we thank you for all you do for humankind. This is the launch and celebration of the International Nurses Day 2026 on the theme, Our Nurses, Our Future, Empowered Nurses Save Lives. Please, you can kindly take your seats. We'll be rising up shortly. We're going to take the opening prayer in a bit, and then we'll take the anthem, and then we go through to the rest of the program. My name is Alfred Okanse, and every year I have the privilege of being here to celebrate with you over the last at least 3 years. Thank you so much for that opportunity. There's always that truth and that reality that it is the nurse and the midwives who see human beings when we are born first. They open the baby's eyes. And it is the nurse who closes the man's eyes when we also die. So you are at the beginning of life and at the end of life. That's how important your role is. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you. Thank you very much. And on this note, we're going to have our opening prayer to start off the celebration and the launch this morning. I'll kindly ask that we be upstanding as we make welcome Reverend Father Osmond Kodolo, Chaplain, Mary Mother of Good Counsel Catholic Church. Please, let's put our hands together for him.
Almighty, ever-living God, giver of all life, source of all blessings, we gather this morning in your name to launch and celebrate our nurses and midwives. You have placed them and the help that they need to discharge their duties in accordance with your will. Father, our theme this year is our nurses, our future. Empowered nurses save.
Thank you very much. Please take your seats as we stand as one. Unity is strength. Every year when I see the words displayed and I don't hear the words being recited, I ask myself what's going on. Should we just take the words off? Would you be able to sing without it? I'll put my salary on it for some of you. Anyway, thank you. Thank you so much. The words of the anthem speak for itself. We stand as one. Unity is strength. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making the time once again this year to join us to celebrate the launch and celebration of International Nurses Day 2026. We're honored to have a few persons join us, including you, to celebrate today. The Minister of Health, Honorable Kwabena Minta-Kando, is a member of Parliament as well, couldn't make it. He has been called on to other equally important duties. But thankfully, he's delegated his Chief Director at the Health Ministry to represent him in that able capacity. Please help me make welcome and acknowledge the presence of Mr. Desmond Boateng. Let's put our hands together. Also hearing with us, the Honorable Dr. Kurt Nawaane is the chairperson of the Parliamentary Select Committee for Health. Please, let's put our hands together for him as well. Thank you so much. Professor Florence Naab is the Dean of School of Nursing and Midwifery, University of Ghana, Legon. There you are, Prof. Thank you. Dr. Fiona Braka is the WHO Country Director for Ghana. Doc, let's put our hands together for her. Also, Dr. Samuel Kaba, the Director General, Ghana Health Service, is on his way. He will be with us shortly. We also do have joining us Alhaj Dawuda Ibrahim Brahima, Chief Labor Officer, Ghana. Let's put our hands together for Alhaj. Mr. Haruna Maman is President of the National Association of Nigeria Nurses and Midwives, not in at the moment. And then also we have Reverend Father. Please, let's put our hands together for Reverend Father Osman Kudolo. He's saving lives as well in his own capacity. And the prayer that he prayed, he said that the nurses will be empowered spiritually, materially. It is important. I like the fact that you added the materially. Yeah. Because we are talking about the empowerment of nurses this year. It's not only, honorable, it's not just for the resources to work. You know, pocket empowerment. You know, so if it is true, put your hands together, because I don't want to be the one saying it like I'm alone. Pocket empowerment is good. Ladies and gentlemen, we know why we're here, but we need to be welcomed properly. And to do that, please help me make welcome Dr. David Tinkrenchum is the General Secretary of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association.
Dr. David, you deserve a round of applause. Your determination and being precise.
Thank you, my brother. Unity. Unity. That's Antoine will do the other one. Our honored guests, distinguished colleagues of the most noble and trusted profession, it's an honor done me to be asked to welcome you to this momentous occasion. I count it all joy as the chief scribe of this association to humbly do this on behalf of Yasantua herself, the President, Mrs. Perpetual Furiambofo, the 9th President of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, the 3rd Vice President of ICN, and the National Executive Committee of Grnma, the National Council, and the entire Nurses and Midwives fraternity. We are grateful to have you in this majestic appearance. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Doc. He's a man of few words for some moments. Other moments he can talk. So I'm even surprised he did this so short, but you know, thank you. Thank you very much. Also, to introduce the chairperson or the chairman, ladies and gentlemen, for this all-important occasion this morning, please help me make welcome Miss Rebecca Okreku, is a nurse anesthetist, SDA Hospital, Takrade. Let's put our hands together.
Unity. Unity. Madam Yasantua will do the rest. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, and it is an honor and a privilege to introduce to you a man whose life and work continue to impact healthcare delivery, national development and leadership in Ghana. Our chairman for today is a Ghanaian medical doctor, a private healthcare entrepreneur, and a legislator with over 32 years of experience in primary healthcare. He trained as a medical doctor in Russia, later earning an MBA in healthcare management. He has practiced at major health institutions including Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Cape Coast Regional Hospital, and Dunkwano-Fin District Hospital. He is the founder of St. Mark Hospital in Dunkwano-Fin and St. Mark Hospital in Wassa, Ekropon. Since 2017, Dr. Nawaane has served as a member of Parliament for the Naab constituency. In the current 9th Parliament, he is the chairman of the Health Committee. His parliamentary works focuses on strengthening primary health care, increasing health sector financing, advancing tuberculosis and malaria advocacy, and supporting Ghana's progress towards achieving universal health coverage. The health-related sustainable development goals and the targets of the International Conference on Population and Development. Ladies and gentlemen, our chairman for today is no other person than Honorable Dr. Kurt Nawaane. A warm applause, please.
Honorable Dr. Kurt Nawaane, you deserve a round of applause. Let's give it up for him. One more time, a resounding round of applause.
Unity. 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 Madam President, I thought you would sack me. Because I asked you to resign if you are tired. Anyway, they were a bit harsh words, and possibly we only have to have an introspection of ourselves. Yes, whatever we do, we should do self-auditing. The Honorable Representative the minister, the chief director, the president of the Nurses Association, the executives of the association, distinguished guests, my hard-working nurses, good morning. It is both a privilege and a profound honor to join you today to celebrate this year's Nurses Week. Under the powerful theme, Empowered Nurses Saves Lives. This theme is not just a slogan, it is a statement of fact. Every day across Ghana, from our teaching hospitals to the most remote CHIPS compounds, nurses stand as the backbone of our health system. They are often the first point of care, the constant presence at the bedside, and in many cases, the difference between life and death. An empowered nurse is not just one with skills, but one with the right tools, the right environment. Fair remuneration. Fair remuneration, continuous training, and a voice in decision-making. And let us be clear, when we empower nurses, we strengthen the entire health system. As chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, I want to assure you that Parliament recognizes the critical role. We are committed to advancing policies and budgetary allocations that improve working conditions in our health facilities, expand training and specialization opportunities, address workforce shortages, especially in the rural and underserved areas, ensure timely and fair compensation for your invaluable service. We must also confront a hard truth. Burnout, migration, and frustration among nurses are real challenges. If we fail to act, we risk losing some of our most skilled and dedicated professionals. Empowerment, therefore, is not optional, it is urgent. Let this week be more than celebration. Let it be a renewed national commitment to invest in our nurses, to respect their expertise, and to include them as key partners in shaping Ghana's health future. To every nurse here today and across the country, we see you, we value you, and we stand with you. Because indeed, when nurses are empowered, lives are saved, families are strengthened, and nations thrive. With these few words, I humbly accept the chairmanship of this occasion. Thank you, and a happy Nurses Week.
As a registered nurse with a specialty in education, she's a foundation fellow of the Ghana College of Nurses and Midwives, a fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Nurses and Midwives, a member of the Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing, and a Global Nursing Leadership Institute scholar. She's a respected global health advocate, trade unionist, known for championing workers' rights, at least that we know, social protection, ethical migration, and women and adolescent health. Beyond her professional roles, she's also a wife, a mother, sibling, and trusted friend to many. She has many accolades. The majority leader of the Nurses Parliament. So, Honorable, we are not contesting Mama Yarega. Yes, the majority leader of the Health Parliament. You have even elevated her beyond the nurses and midwives. Fantastic. The woman king. Ya Santua. Ya Gaddafi. Ya Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Madame Perpetua Korean Pofo. Thank you.
Everybody knows it right. Put your hands together. Empowering women. We say Aiko. You deserve an applause. Then in Perpetual is practical with the P from right from the start. You have been a global leader in health consciousness. Well, working for labor, making sure it's right. A round of applause for the president of the time.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Ken, and thank you to everyone. And thank you for that wonderful introduction, Alfred. Unity. 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 And they said they left the other one for me. So, boy, yeah. Honorable Kurt Nawaane, Chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Chairman for this special occasion. Our special guest of honor, who couldn't make it, but represented by the Chief Director of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Desmond Boateng. Happy to have you. Our guest of honor, Dr. Fiona Braka, who is the WHO representative for Ghana. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. And thank you for the invitation to the recently ended Health Workforce Investment Forum. Thank you so much. Our special guest, Dr. Samuel Kaba Akori, Director General of the Ghana Health Service. DG, thank you for coming. Our keynote speaker, Prof. Florence Naab, Dean of School of Nursing and Midwifery, University of Ghana. I guess Mr. Daniel Obeko is yet to arrive. And Dauda Ibrahim, who is the Chief Labor Officer, Labor Department, Ghana, thank you for coming. Heads of health training institutions here present, distinguished nurses and midwives, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is yet another year, another International Nurses Day, and another opportunity for us to celebrate ourselves and for others to celebrate us. International Nurses Day is a day set aside to recognize the invaluable work of nurses across the globe. The International Council of Nurses officially designated May 12th as International Nurses Day as far back as January 1974 to signify the anniversary of the birth of Florence Nightingale, who is widely considered the founder of modern nursing. However, the celebration of Nurses Day had started as of 1965. So today, we join the nursing fraternity around the world to mark this special day, which signifies our past, our present, and our collective future. Today, we honor not only the heroes of our generation, but those who have come and gone, like Florence Nightingale, Mary Seacole, Dr. Dosia Kesey, the first president of this association, Professor Ayodele Akiwomi, and all the gallant nurses who have come before us. We equally honor each other and every one of you in this hall and online for your dedication, your commitment, and tireless efforts at saving lives, preserving health, and caring for Ghana's population. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, since its establishment as far back as March 1960, has represented the interests of nurses and midwives in Ghana and fought for better working conditions for these practitioners. The association has never wavered in these efforts and never will. The GRNMA will continue to advocate for nurses and midwives and our professions from generation to generation. Dr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, today our practice is marked by many challenges, some of which have persisted over time. Recently, we have been in the news, and in most cases, the narration has been skewed to paint us black. The recent public story or public outcry over the death of Mr. Charles Emison and the lashing out at health professionals following the release of the Ministerial Investigative Committee leaves much to be desired. Let me say this: no health worker prepares to go on a shift to cause harm to a fellow human being. I said, no health worker prepares to go on any shift to intentionally cause harm to a fellow human being. A health worker is merely the product of the system in which he or she operates. As a nation, we must fix our health system. Let's fix our National Ambulance Service and emergency services. Let's fix the staff shortages and address the increasing workload on our nurses and midwives in our facilities. Let's fix the inadequate tools, supplies, and equipment. We see gloves being counted on our wards. You have 4 for a day, or you have 5. Let's fix the inadequate supplies, the tools, and the equipment. Let's fix the inadequate health infrastructure. Having emergency hospitals and emergency centers across the nation is not too much to ask for. And let's fix the transportation issues. Just last night, we lost a community health nurse who was on a motorbike, went to a health center just to take supplies and go back to her chief's compound. As a Muslim, this morning she's been buried. She was on her own motorbike, a motorbike she purchased with her own money to serve the nation. And it is not the first of its kind. We have lost nurses, countless of them, on motorbikes in our rural, deprived, and underserved areas. Our nurses and midwives are killing themselves to serve. And the least we can do on such a special day is to tap them in the back and say, you have done well. And the best we can do as a nation is to fix the system. So I'm not done. Let's fix the long waiting time in our facilities and the ineffective national health insurance. Let's fix the technological deficits. Let's fix the poor managerial support, the weak mentoring, and the weak supervision. Let's fix the poor remuneration, delayed salaries, weak incentives, and non-implementation of signed collective agreements. Let's invest in health and in our health workers, because that investment is not just an ordinary investment, it's an investment in our very selves. Because we can be patient at any time, any of us. And that is not the time where the money you have can transport you to another country to receive care. No matter how much money you have, it may not count at the point where you need care most. So let's invest in health and invest in our health workers. When we do that, lives will be saved. Lives will be preserved. Earlier this morning, I had the opportunity to give the last word on a call for action on a special webinar organized by the International Council of Nurses to mark International Nurses Day and outdoor the 2026 International Nurses Day report, which identifies 7 distinct nursing powers. The power of trust, the power of the professional, the power of numbers, the power of practice, the power of care, the power of proximity, and the last but not the least, the power of peace. We all have this power, and we are making use of it. It is counting in our health systems. The least any nation can do is to invest, to empower us to save more lives. These powers of the nursing workforce, as developed by the International Council of Nurses, improves health outcomes. It makes health systems more resilient and accessible, and supports social and economic progress. It also sets out what must be done to maximize the impact of nursing across all countries and contexts. Every nurse has a role to play. We must use these powers to amplify our voices on the call for more investment in nursing and midwifery. The 2026 International Nurses Day reports the WHO's Global Strategic Directions for Nursing and Midwifery and the renewed ICN definitions of nursing and a nurse provides us with the evidence and the tools to spearhead our campaign to bring about the changes the world's nurses need, and by extension, what Ghanaian nurses and midwives need. Those of you in this room and online, do you know the new definition of nursing and the new definition of a nurse? That is good. If you don't know, just Google it and find it. Beautiful definition. And it is a power, it's a tool we have to use to spearhead the campaign for more investment. So today we add our voices to the call by the International Council of Nursing, calling on our governments, employers, regulators, educators, and partners to use the International Council of Nurses International Nurses Day report as a practical agenda. The choices made in the weeks and months ahead about staffing, nursing education, scope of practice, safety, and investment will determine whether our health system can meet the rising demands, stay resilient in the face of crisis and changing health environments, and deliver universal health coverage. The evidence we have demands action, and the 30 million nurses scattered across the world and Ghana's over 130,000 nurses are ready. It is time to harness the impact of the world's largest workforce and empower nurses to save lives and save our health systems. Every needless death can be avoided. Every life can be saved. Every mother and her baby can be assured of life if we empower our nurses and midwives by fixing our health system and investing in our health workers. Now we know $1 of investment in a health worker returns up to about $9. So the time is now. The call for greater investment is legitimate and borders on our health sovereignty. Colleagues of the noble profession, with our advocacy tools in both hands and with our hearts full of love and compassion, let us celebrate today like no other IND. Let us demand empowerment because empowered nurses truly save lives. A happy International Nurses Day to every one of us. Long live nursing and midwifery. I said, long live nursing and midwifery. Long live Grnma. And long live Ghana. Cho boy, 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 yeah. Thank you so much.
It's been Thank you.
of very, very happy moments and part of sorrowful moments. I've held people crying because they lost their loved ones. As a doctor, I've seen moments that I've not been able to even explain to the family how the death occurred. I've been to funerals, and I always wonder when people are in those funerals dancing, what they think, who will be the next. I've seen so many things happen. But what I've not seen and I've never read about, only once, is as a doctor, as a health staff, and all of us to be able to resurrect a human being. I've never seen that. I only read it in the Bible. So yes, we need to fix a lot of things, as your president said. And so yes, if I stand before you as the majority of the staff within the service, Ghana Health Service has about 122,000 health workers. Out of that, 80,000 plus are nurses and the workforce. And so when she called on me, I couldn't say no. I have a council meeting. I had to talk to the council to push it to the afternoon so that at least we can have this conversation, which is so dear to me. But as a doctor too, and as a Ghanaian, and you and I all, these days when you on your TV, and sometimes I sit down, and now I will talk as the Director General. And I feel so sad that every day you see somebody's name on TV. He's asking for 1 Ghana cedi, 2 Ghana cedis, because he needs to fix his health. He needs to travel outside the country for surgery. As a policymaker, as a director, that saddens me. Because you and I, let's think about this. Those people that ask for that 1 Ghana cedi and they put their pictures on TV, it doesn't mean they don't have dignity. And it doesn't mean they don't have respect. It's just the situation of the health system that compels them to request for that. And at that time, they don't say MPP contribute, NDC contribute. They are just saying, Ghanaians, help us to get my life back. There is even one nurse I see on the platforms for kidney transplant. I hope you've seen it. She's not interested whether it is MPP person who is giving her the 1 cedi, or is CPP, or is NDC. What she is interested, and her family is interested, is that she needs to fix her health. And I'm dragging you to the reason why I decided to actually be here, which is the policy of the free primary health care, which I say is a policy of restoring the dignity of every Ghanaian. And therefore, to start, I would just want to make it clear, this is not about party politics. That should be something of the past. This is about our dignity. This is about the Ghanaian living for a longer period of life. I have had that chance to stay in a place where you get a kidney transplant for free. You get heart transplant for free. You don't need to know anyone. And in both places that I had that chance to be, in Cuba and in Spain, they are the best health systems you have in the world, in Europe and in the world. So today, if I'm the Director General, with all due respect to everybody, that is what I want for my people. That when you fall down, you don't need to know anybody. So I'll take 2 minutes to explain that policy. If you take Minister of Education, you ask any Ghanaian what is the basic level, they will tell you P1, P2, day nursery, senior high, and they say it's free. When you come to health, it's the same thing. What is the primary, the basic level? Our CHIPS compounds, our health centers, our polyclinics, it goes to the district level. But for the purpose of this policy, we cut it at the polyclinic level. What does that mean to you and I as health staff? That is the most important part of it. And what does it mean to you and I as nurses? And I started by saying that over 80,000 of the workforce in the Ghana Health Service are the nurses. More than 2/3. What does that mean for that community health nurse? And what it simply means is that the policy is for us to do something we used not to do regularly. One is the home visits. You go to the house of the person routinely. If the week has 5 working days, which it does, we'll use 3 more or less to say these are for home visits. Now you have different type of that home visit. And get how it works. If somebody gets discharged and goes home, that's a special home visit. You are following to see how he's doing. If we miss somebody with HIV, for instance, and we are tracing and we can't find, we do home visit. That's a special way. If somebody is in palliative care, definitely when you are doing your outreach services, he can come to the outreach center. It's home. You do that home visit. Plus the regular home visits that you would have done for the 3 times. Then the next day, you sit in the clinic, and then you refill people their medication. Now, in that home visit, one concept that we've been able to nail it well has to do with the One Health, where you are going to look around the houses and say to them, your environment influences your health. And I give an example where you get an asthmatic patient with flowers around the window. It happened to me, and I asked the person, do you have this kind of plant? They say yes. It's just by you, take it off. Crisis stop. Simple. But don't say the person didn't know. The person was not trained to know. You have been trained to know. And yes, you have been trained to teach the person. So the home visit will be on that. You have animals, and you profile the people. You know how many people are above 50 years, how many people are newly born, how many are hypertensive, how many are diabetic. You profile everyone, which means we are going to redemarcate our health chips system to have the accurate number of population base that we'll be talking of. Now, this is the thing I was telling a good friend, that if every CHIPS compound is well demarcated and we do these home visits, we will know exactly who died yesterday, who was born yesterday. We'll know exactly how many hypertensive we will have, how many diabetics we have. And when you put all the CHIPS, their figures together, you have your national population census. You don't need to pay anyone to go count any human being. Look at how it is strengthening our development as people. But beyond that, we have chips without compounds. So we are bringing in the health post. They will be in those places. And inside the health post, just not an empty place, you have telemedicine. So that the health staff, in this case, the nurses who will be in, if they have a challenge, they can easily call through the telemedicine to the next level, and they will get the care. Equally, they will have the necessary gadgets when they do the home visit and they get there and they have a challenge, they can use the telemedicine as well. But it doesn't end there. The health system needs to be fixed, and it has to be fixed by first safeguarding the gatekeeper system and the referral system. Because what happens is, I have headache, the gentleman here has headache, small malaria, as they say it in Ghana, especially on Fridays, everybody has small malaria. Is that not so? So that they can run away. So instead of going to the chips, instead of going to the health center and say, I'm going to Kolebu, then you choke the place, waiting time increases, another person comes with emergency, no bed. Then we set committee, and I won't go into that, because I chaired the committee in 2018 for the no bed syndrome of the 70-year-old guy who died. So I'm not foreign to this. So in saving the gatekeeper system and the referral system, the nurses will be well trained to understand that when they go to the home visit or at the health center level or the CHIPS level, it is their responsibility to book the patient at the next level and refer the patient to the next level, so that when the patient, when it's his or her day, gets to the clinic without having any challenges. As a matter of fact, I would want us to clap for Madam Eva and her team. They introduced, Madam Eva, you are here, right? They introduced that as patient navigator. It's not Lincoln navigator, patient navigator, where the nurse will make sure that the next patient gets her booking at the next level, will refer the patient, give her the specific day and who is going to see at the next level. Isn't it that beautiful? So that is why the retooling is happening, and that is why we are thinking of the free primary health care. Now, somebody should tell me, has this got anything to do with politics? And I told people, Germany, they started their primary health care in 1883. It took them 100 solid years to develop it and get to where they are. They started with carpenters, teachers, this, nurses, on and on. Spain, that has one of the best systems. When you check, they live for years, 80, 86 years. It took them time to roll it out. I know we all like to go to UK. Ask them. It took them time to fix it, and actually took the Second World War to make sure that the health system is free for everybody. When you go to the war, you come back, you get care. We will not be perfect. There will be challenges. And as I always tell people, every book has edition 1, edition 2, edition 3. If we want to live long, if we want to fix our health system, this is one of the things we need to embrace, irrespective of the language you speak, the color of your skin, or your political colors. When you fail this, you are failing the people of Ghana. You are failing your own self and your own dignity. As we sit here, anytime our relatives in the villages, they have a problem, it's you and I they call to get money. And when I was in OT just last week, just this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I look at the river, just crossing the dam is 12 Ghana cedis. And then you have a pregnant woman in anemia. And then we come maternal mortality. The causes are eclampsia and anemia. And it's simply because they started the pregnancy with anemia. Nutrition. We need to fix that. And part of the home care will give lessons on nutrition. The people who can afford to cross will take the help to them. But to go drilling, I hope this gives an idea of what the free primary health care means to you and I. It means we need to work harder. It means we need to start fixing the system by we trying to give our best to fix it. But as we drill down, we can't do that without looking at one principle, which is the health worker welfare. Who takes care of the caregiver? So we've come out with some few things. Most of you might have noticed. Over the weekend, we released the health worker charter. It was roaming in all the platforms. I hope you saw it. Let's educate our people on that. We have patient charter, and immediately over the weekend, I gave the order to release the health worker charter. So it's released. I won't go details into it. Secondly, we are looking at the health worker recognition with the PIN. And I've given straight orders to all the regional directors that every health staff should be well identified with the PIN, with the code, and that name tag should be coded in a way that when you go to the house, or it can easily be scanned, and we know that you are a health worker. Because my personal experience when we were in the ambulance service, when we started the ambulance service, people would dress and say they are ambulance service personnel. and go to houses and steal. We don't want that to happen because we say home visit, someone will put on a nurse uniform and steal. I know I'm running out of time, but I think this is very important. That is part of the enjoyments you get when you are a guest speaker, is it? Now, there is something that has not been done over the years, and I've given the directive to the Director HR of Ghana Health Service to make sure that in every opportunity that he gets, he should talk about the health staff incentives. Both at the deprived areas first, monetary and non-monetary. It doesn't matter how much it is. What matters is that the people should know what they are due. And the people should hold us accountable that we develop this policy, we are saying that this is it, so when it's time for my release from a deprived area to go steady, nobody should tell me, bring a replacement. Not under me. So that package has also been developed, and when we start, the deprived areas would surely be the first to benefit. And let me say this, yesterday when I was talking somewhere and I said, deprived areas, somebody said, but in Accra we have deprived areas. I say, yes. Do me a favor. Go and say in Zulezu and tell me if Accra has a deprived area. Let's be honest to ourselves and let's respect those who get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock, ride a motorbike that she described, that after 2-3 kilometers, you don't even meet a car on the way. After 6, when it's dark, these community health nurses have to ride back. They are exposed to all kinds of dangers. And with that, I had to even, excuse me to use the word, reject a research that says if you have malaria in Zuwarongo, you stand a chance of dying as quicker than if you have malaria in Accra. I say, what kind of research is that? We all know that. Where are the hospitals in Zuwarongo, whether private or government? Where are the doctors? Where are the nurses? But you and I have to help fix this. And that will mean Ghana Health Service has started training our specialists in Upper East region, in Upper West region, and we intend to go to Ohoi very soon in the Volta region. Fellows and members. And we are not doing it just for doctors. We are looking forward to extending it to nurses. Time has proven that no matter how much we complain, the majority of our workforce will remain in the teaching hospitals. We cannot keep complaining. We need to fix the system. And fixing part of the system is making sure that every region be in position to specialize, train its own nurses, train its own doctors for them to specialize. And that is exactly what we are doing. In the short term, it might be difficult. Many people will go on steady leave. The system might be a little bit weak. But in the medium term, in the next 3 to 4 years, changes will occur. Where at every level, you have a specialist. So, Madam President, and all the nurses leaders present, we look forward to having such a program because I don't understand why nurses cannot specialize in a Efia and Kwanta hospital, or they cannot specialize in Bolgatanga hospital, or they cannot specialize in any of our regional hospitals. I don't. It's up to you, but I don't. And I would want to promote that we should have that regional level empowerment. That is how decentralization starts. And that is how it means for people to own a program, maintain it, and develop it. So on this note, let me say thank you so very much for the invitation. On behalf of the service, which I have the majority. Today, everybody is competing with majority. There's only one majority leader in Parliament. But I feel very happy that every year this has become a routine, and as long as we are concerned, we will want to resound the meaning of the word nurse. Yesterday in the meeting, I was telling people that when you say house officer, it means it's an officer who needs to be housed. If you say a resident, it means the word tells you everything. It means it's a specialist, somebody in training who has to be resident in the facility. So because they do everything. And if you say a nurse, she had told you to Google and see the new meaning of nurse. But just say to nurse someone, just say nursing, just say nurse to me, it means somebody who is to give compassionate care. That's all. And that is exactly what we will call for from you. But first, we will make sure that we ourselves, we are all potential patients. We should also have compassionate care for ourselves. Thank you, everybody, and God bless you.
Thank you. Please, let's put our hands together for the Director General of the Ghana Health Service. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Samuel Kaba-Korea. Thank you. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate those words as well and the charge. Thank you. We want to say thank you to our partners and sponsors, Retired Nurses Club. Let's put our hands together for the Retired Nurses Club. Rotation Nurses and Midwifery Group as well. Let's put our hands together for them. Unemployed Nurses and Midwives Group as well. Let's put our hands together for them. Yeah, there is that group. There is Unpaid Nurses and Midwives. Where are they? Where are the members? Unpaid Nurses. Please give us a wave. Double round of applause for you. And then we have Letap Pharmaceutical Limited. Let's put our hands together for them. Unity. Perfect. Next, let's please make welcome Mr. Dauda Ibrahim Brahima, Chief Labor Officer. Let's put our hands together for him.
Together, push your hands together, keep on celebrating, doing it right.
Thank you very much, Alfred. Honorable Chair, Madam President, allow me to also describe you as Yasantua. But the other one, which starts with M, I want to keep that one for obvious reasons, especially if, looking at where I stand, you know why. The representative of the Honorable Minister for Health, the representative of the WHO head, distinguished nurses and midwives, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are still within the perimeters of the morning. Good morning. It is with great honor and profound humility that I join you today at the launch and celebration of the 2026 International Nurses Day. I bring you warm greetings from the Labor Department and to express my sincere appreciation to you, Madam President, and the entire membership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association for this invitation. Today's occasion is not merely ceremonial. It is a moment for reflection, recognition, and renewed commitment to one of the noblest professions in human history. Across Ghana and throughout the world, nurses and midwives remain the heartbeat of health care delivery. In our hospitals, clinics, emergency wards, maternity units, rural health centers, schools, communities, and homes, you continue to serve with compassion, courage, professionalism, and sacrifice, often under very difficult and demanding situations. I have been part of your celebrations, and I have seen how nurses sacrifice to ensure that those of us who should benefit your services actually feel that we have hope. Mr. Chairman, Madam President, the theme for this year's celebration, Our Nurses, Our Future, Empowered Nurses Save Lives, could not have come at a more appropriate time than now. Indeed, empowered nurses do save lives and provide hope at all times. When nurses are adequately trained, fairly compensated, properly protected, and given safe working environments, the entire healthcare system becomes stronger. Families receive better care. Communities become healthier. Nations become more resilient. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is currently facing enormous healthcare challenges, from workforce shortages to rising healthcare demands, from disease outbreaks to the effect of climate change and global instability. Healthcare professionals are under unprecedented pressure. Despite all these challenges, nurses and midwives have remained steadfast in providing the necessary healthcare services. You have comforted the sick and provided hope in moments of fear and uncertainty. During national emergencies and public health crises, you stood against the tide, prioritizing the well-being of others above the comfort and safety of yourselves and that of your families. For this, we owe you tons of gratitude. As a nation, we must move beyond praise and applause alone to support our healthcare workforce with deliberate policy actions and sustained investment to stem the tide of migration of healthcare professionals to other jurisdictions. Mr. Chair, the welfare of nurses and midwives is directly connected to the quality of healthcare delivery. It is for this reason that improving the conditions of service, strengthening occupational safety standards, enhancing professional development opportunities, and addressing workforce challenges within the healthcare sector is imperative. It is important to state that the role of industrial harmony in ensuring the achievement of the theme for this meeting cannot be overemphasized. This is, however, underscored by constructive dialogue, mutual respect, and cooperation among stakeholders. This remains essential in ensuring both the welfare of healthcare professionals and uninterrupted healthcare delivery for the Ghanaian people. To all nurses and midwives here today, let me say this: your profession is one of dignity, honor, immense national importance. Continue to uphold the ethics of care, professionalism, discipline, and compassion that define this noble calling. To the leadership of Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, I commend your advocacy, your dedication to professional excellence, and your commitment to the advancement of healthcare in Ghana. Mr. Chair, I am told that Florence Nightingale urges devotion, and it has been demonstrated over and over by our nurses, looking at where they go to make the necessary sacrifices to ensure that we benefit healthcare. I can also feel commitment from the side of government, listening to Mr. Honorable Chair, and I think that if we balance the two, we would have the healthcare system that we desire. A healthcare system that will make me feel safe, feel that wherever I'm going, whatever happens, I will be safe. As we embrace this year's International Nurses Day, let all of us increase our commitment to building a healthcare system that we would be proud of as a country. Finally, I salute every nurse and midwife across Ghana for your sacrifice, resilience, and service to humanity. May your work continue to bring healing, hope, and life to countless people in Ghana. May we always feel that as we approach where you are, we would go back happy as a people. And I think that for them to make us happy, I am happy that we have the chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee chairing this meeting. So, Doc, carry the message so that if I am coming here, I don't only come in their midst feeling that should I sleep, all the experts are here. I should feel that wherever I am, if I sleep, they will be there for me. So on this note, I want to thank you and wish you God's blessings during this celebration. Thank you very much.
And indeed, for health workers to make us happy, I thought you were going to end by saying they should also be made happy. Maybe because you are the chief labor officer, but I've added that one for you. So you push it to Honorable Nawaane. Over to you, sir. Please put your hands together for them. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Next, we're going to be hearing from our keynote speaker. But to introduce our keynote speaker for us, please help me make welcome Ms. Victoria Anawai, PNO Tema General Hospital. Is a member of the 2026 Planning Committee.
Unity. Unity. It's a great honor to be called upon to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Madam President, Honorable Chairman, kindly permit me to stand on existing protocols to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker for today is a professor of infertility and psychosocial health and the dean of the University of Ghana School of Nursing and Midwifery. She is also a registered nurse and midwife whose work combines academic excellence with practical impact on health and well-being. Her research focuses on the intersection of reproductive health and psychosocial well-being, examining how cultural beliefs, gender norms, and stigma shape experiences of anxiety, depression, and social isolation among women and couples facing infertility. She has led and collaborated on important studies across Ghana, South Africa, and the United States, including randomized trials of culturally responsive psychoeducational interventions that have strengthened resilience and coping among vulnerable populations. Beyond academia, our keynote speaker is the founder of OHAD Wellness Center, where she translates research evidence into practical tools, such as therapeutic workbooks, guided journals, and wellness programs that promote healing, dignity, and emotional well-being for people facing distress and stigma. Kindly help me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Professor Florence Naab.
She's been working hard Oh, Prof, you deserve an applause. One more time, your achievements is a complete blast and a resounding applause again.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Mr. Chairman, I think the protocols have already been established. I seek your permission to move on with all protocols observed. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I bring you greetings from the University of Ghana School of Nursing and Midwifery. No response. It is indeed a privilege to be invited to speak on a theme that speaks volumes, as we can hear from here, in the lives of many nurses in the world and in Ghana. And I'm glad to share my thoughts on the theme, our nurses, our future, empowered nurses save lives. In order for me to do justice to this theme, my deliberation will be in two parts. The first part will be on our nurses, our future, and the second part will be on empowered nurses save lives. I will try not to give a lecture. So let's look at the first aspect, which is our nurses, our future. This aspect to me sounds like a cry for help, which is the right of every professional group in distress. But why are we crying for help? We all know the issues are numerous, as we heard from Aya Santua and other speakers, spanning from poor salaries to many, many more, including environmental issues. Indeed, it is true that nurses in Ghana are always crying for help. And we need to explore the possible reasons why this is so. On this note, let's look at, in detail, our nurses, our future. And I'm going to look at this in the lens of two dimensions of factors: intra-professional factors and then extra-professional or external factors. So for our intra-professional factors, ladies and gentlemen, please give me your attention for this. These are factors within the profession that may precede this cry for help. We have often heard that nurses are the backbone of every health system, and we heard that this morning. We are the first point of care, the constant presence at the bedside, and often the last voice a patient hears. Yet behind this compassion and professionalism, many nurses are crying quietly for help. These cries may not always be loud, but they are deeply felt. They arise first from these intra-professional factors. And the first intra-professional factor is heavy workloads and long shifts. As we all know, heavy workloads place significant strain on nurses' physical, emotional, and mental health. Long hours and inadequate rest often lead to fatigue, sleep disturbances, and increased risks of illness. Constant pressure and high patient demands contribute to stress, burnout, and anxiety, while limited recovery time can weaken resilience and job satisfaction. Over time, these not only affect nurses' well-being, but also reduce their concentration at work, increasing the risk of errors and compromising the quality of patient care. Intraprofessional factor number 2, chronic understaffing. Understaffing places intense and sustained pressure on our nurses negatively, affecting their physical and mental health again. With fewer staff to share the workload, nurses often take excessive responsibilities, leading to many health challenges. Emotionally, the constant strain on trying to meet patient needs within limited support also compounds the health of our nurses. Factor number 3, still within the profession, limited support from colleagues and supervisors. And Madam Yasantua, I need you to listen to this one. Many nurses face limited support from colleagues and supervisors, creating environments where they feel isolated rather than empowered. Also, hierarchical barriers, which are common in nursing, can silence junior nurses, while working place bullying, lateral violence. Lateral violence is violence among colleagues. And poor communication erodes trust and teamwork. Compassion fatigue continues to weigh heavily as nurses give endlessly to others without adequate psychological support for themselves. But the story of our nurses, our future, does not end within the profession. There are other external factors, as I mentioned, and I'm going to dwell on that right now. Mr. Chairman, this one is for you. The first external factors outside the profession. The first one is logistical impediments. Many nurses work within under-resourced health systems, and we heard from our president this morning, where shortage of equipment, medication, and infrastructure make even the simplest tasks difficult. Imagine wanting to save a life, but you lack the basic tools to save that life. This creates what I call moral distress. That is, knowing exactly what you can do, and yet you cannot do it because you don't have the tools. External factor number 2, policy and governance. Limited investment in healthcare, inequitable pay structures, and I took my time to say that, and inadequate staffing policies place immense pressure on our nurses. When systems fail to prioritize nurses, the burden shifts unfairly onto those at the front line. And who are they? The same nurses. The third factor is societal perceptions of our profession. In many contexts of today, nursing is still undervalued, misunderstood, or seen as a subordinate rather than a critical, skilled profession. Thank you. This lack of recognition diminishes morale and affects professional identity. For instance, in this 21st century, in Ghana, why do we still have people in our society who are in shock when they hear of nurses attaining PhDs? Why is society still discussing nursing as a subsection of medicine? When are we going to change the narrative in our society? These discussions will contribute to changing the societal perception of nursing as a discipline and as a profession. Thank you. External factor number 4, patient and family aggression. It is common knowledge that nurses often face patient and family aggression. especially in overstretched systems where frustration runs high. Without proper security and institutional backing, nurses become vulnerable, not just emotionally, but physically. Economic pressures is the fifth factor. Economic pressures outside the workplace cannot be ignored. Rising cost of living, family responsibilities, and limited financial growth opportunities add layers of stress that follow nurses home long after their shifts have ended. Meanwhile, in the midst of all these challenges, in times of crisis, whether it's a pandemic, disasters, or public health emergencies, nurses are expected to stand firm, often without adequate protection, less incentives, or even recovery support. So, Mr. Chairman, when we say our nurses are future, we must ask ourselves, what kind of future are we building for our nurses? We need to note that a future where nurses are unsupported, both within and outside the profession, that future cannot sustain quality health care provision. A future where systems strain nurses, society undervalues them, and policies overlook them, that future cannot endure. Now let's look at the other aspect of the theme, which is empowered nurses save lives. We all need to understand that every decision we make, every patient we monitor, every moment we choose to speak up or stay silent, these actions can make a difference between life and death. And at the center of it all is one critical element, which is empowerment. This morning, I believe it's still morning, it's not 12 yet, I entreat all of us to reflect on the word empowerment. Again, in two dimensions, within the profession and outside the profession. So let's look at empowerment within the profession. Empowerment must begin with us, nurses and midwives. Empowerment must be seen in the scientific knowledge that we create, our confidence, our willingness to support one another. They are all important. An empowered nurse is one who is clinically competent, confident in decision making, and unafraid to advocate for what is right. However, empowerment within the profession is not an individual's effort, it is a collective responsibility. And this means creating environments where, one, junior nurses are mentored and not intimidated. Colleagues collaborate and not compete with each other. Communication is open, respectful, and solution-focused. We must confront the realities that weaken us from within, hierarchies that silence our voices, workplace tensions that divide teams, and cultures that make it difficult to ask for help. Empowerment within also means prioritizing our mental and emotional well-being. You all agree that we cannot pour from an empty cup, can we? We cannot give out what we don't have. Therefore, seeking support, setting boundaries on your life, and caring for ourselves are not signs of weaknesses. They are acts of professional growth and strength. If nobody cares for you, you have to care for yourself. When we uplift each other, we strengthen the entire profession. And when nurses are united, confident and supported, we save lives. Now let's look at empowerment outside the profession. Empowerment is also shaped by systems and societies in which we work. We need policies that protect us, fair compensation that value us, and resources that enable us to deliver safe and effective care. Without these, even the most skilled nurse is limited. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, empowerment outside the profession means we demand the following. We demand a voice in decision-making at institutional and national levels. We demand access to higher education within our profession. We demand safe working conditions, free from violence and risk. We demand public recognition of the true value of nursing. Colleagues, we must also begin to see ourselves as not just caregivers, but as leaders, advocates, and change makers. Our voices matter in policy rooms, in communities, and in shaping the future of healthcare. When nurses are empowered both internally and externally, they are not just surviving the system, they are transforming the system. So today, I ask each of us, what does empowerment mean to you as a nurse? Are you a beneficiary of both internal and external empowerment? What will you do differently for yourself, your colleagues, and for your profession? These are food for thoughts for all of us. Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, I dare to say that the future does not seem clear for our nurses. And empowerment should not be a privilege reserved for few. It must be a necessity for every nurse. Thank you. Colleague nurses, when we strengthen ourselves within the profession and demand the support we deserve from the systems around us, we become unstoppable. Let us commit to lifting one another, using our voices, and embracing our power. Because when nurses are truly empowered, they do more than provide care. They save lives. Long live Ghana. Long live Grnma. Long live our nurses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Florence Naab, Dean, School of Nursing, Midwifery, University of Ghana, Legon. Prof, thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for Prof once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A future where nurses are not supported within and outside the workplace, that future cannot sustain itself. Thank you. And I saw our chairman, Honorable Nawaane, taking some notes when you said that the future doesn't seem clear for nurses. So you've noted that, Mr. Chairman. So you respond. Closing remarks. Let the future be clear in your closing remarks. Is that not so? Please put your hands together for chairperson. We will expect clearer future before we leave. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to acknowledge the presence of some officials from allied institutions who are here.
Kolebu Teaching Hospital, please give us a wave. Perfect. Thank you. University of Ghana Medical Center, UGMC. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for UGMC. Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for them as well. And we have Accra Psychiatric Hospital as well here. Let's put our hands together for them, please. Pangtang Psychiatric Hospital. Perfect. Trust Hospital. Trust. Yes, they are behind. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Nyaho Medical Center. Okay. Legon Hospital. Let's put our hands together for Legon Hospital. Family Health. Family Health registered here at the back as well. Thank you for coming. We have GPHA, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority Hospital. Thank you. Accra Medical Center. Let's put our hands together for Accra Medical Center. VRA Hospital. VRA 37 Military Hospital. They're right here. Let's put our hands together for a lot of them here. Thank you. Thank you very much. We will be having our guests of honor speak to us shortly, but before that, the Jinyame Culture Troupe will treat us to some a cultural display. While we get prepared for that, Jake will fill us with some music, and then the troupe will just take it up right afterwards. And the troupe is ready? Perfect. Shall we have the Jinyame Culture Troupe? Thank you. Wonderful. Let's put our hands together for them. Jinyami, Culture Troop, thank you very much. And that paves the way for our guest of honor. She's a seasoned public health expert with more than 20 years of experience in disease prevention and control, public health emergency management, and strategic health leadership. She currently serves as the World Health Organization's representative to Ghana, bringing extensive experience from leadership roles across Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Uganda, where she has worked with multidisciplinary teams to strengthen primary healthcare systems and enhance health security and delivery. Before assuming her current position, Dr. Fiona Braka served as coordinator of emergency response operations at the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa, leading responses to major public health emergencies across 47 African countries. She also played a significant role in eradication of wild poliovirus in Nigeria, contributing to Africa being declared free of wild poliovirus in Africa, regional certification of wild poliovirus eradication. A graduate of Makerere University and the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, Dr. Braka is widely published and remains committed to advancing global health knowledge in the pursuit of universal healthcare coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me make welcome Dr. Fiona Braka. Thank you.
Fiona Braka, your presence here is highly acknowledged. Let's give her a round of applause. Representing WHO right on this platform today while celebrating GRNMA. For everybody in the hall, once you put on the spectacles, you will look through the receptacles of the hall in every call. Now that is right, well that is right. A round of applause. End of the song.
I salute the DJ, honestly. That's the first I've had. Thank you very much. Thank you, MC, as well, for the kind introduction. Our chair, the Honorable Chairperson of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, our President, Madame Perpetua, thank you so much for this invitation. Our Chief Director of the Ministry of Health, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure and honor to join you here as we commemorate International Nurses Day and the commencement of Nurses and Midwives Week celebrations. Today we join the community globally in commemorating International Nurses Day. This occasion allows us to celebrate the achievements of nurses and midwives and to reflect on the indispensable role that you play in sustaining health systems in Ghana and across the world. The theme for this year's celebration, Our Nurses, Our Future, Empowered Nurses Save Lives, conveys a message that the future of healthcare is linked to how well we invest in, protect, and empower nurses and midwives who deliver care at every level of the health system. From the perspective of the World Health Organization, nurses and midwives represent the foundation of health service delivery. You constitute nearly half of the global health workforce and are so central to the achievement of universal health coverage and the health-related sustainable development goals. And yet, despite your importance, the world continues to face challenges with shortages of health workers, particularly nurses and midwives, a situation that threatens the equitable access to quality care. Empowerment requires deliberate and sustained investment in education, in employment, and in retention. It demands safe and enabling working environments where health workers are adequately resourced, remunerated, and protected from the occupational risks. It also calls for expanding opportunities for professional development at every stage of your career. As part of this agenda, it's essential to embed competency-based curricula in nursing and midwifery education. This ensures that training goes beyond theory to practical skills, critical thinking, and ethical grounding. Competency-based education empowers you to deliver safe, evidence-based, and patient-centered care while opening pathways for lifelong learning and leadership. By aligning curricula with evolving community needs, we prepare a workforce that is resilient, that is adaptable, and that is fit for purpose. The WHO Academy is helping to equip nurses and midwives everywhere with free courses offering the latest knowledge and skills. Ladies and gentlemen, equally important is strengthening leadership and governance within the profession. Nurses and midwives must be represented at decision-making tables, contributing to policy formulation and shaping health systems reform. In this regard, as WHO in Ghana, we have partnered with the Ashesi University to establish the pathways to leadership for health transformation in Africa. This initiative nurtures a new generation of health leaders across Ghana and the African region, equipping them with skills to drive reforms in workforce planning, in governance, and in service delivery. Nurses and midwives, as the frontline leaders, we are encouraged to engage with such opportunities, ensuring that your voices shape the future of health systems. Ladies and gentlemen, the Africa Health Workforce Agenda 2026-2035 sets out a bold vision under the theme Plan, Train, Retain. It seeks to ensure that every country has a competent, motivated, and equitably distributed health workforce. The agenda calls for sustained investments in education, employment, and retention, while strengthening governance and labor market intelligence. As mentioned by the President last week, Ghana hosted the second Africa Regional Health Workforce Investment Forum, and I was happy that you could join us. It was hosted here in Accra. At that forum, member states committed or reaffirmed their collective commitment through the Accra Declaration. Ministers and partners acknowledged that investing in health workers is foundational to achieving universal health coverage and health security. They committed to increasing domestic financing, aligning education and employment policies, and promoting decent work and ethical requirements. The declaration also emphasized integrating digital innovations into health professions education and ensuring that rural and underserved communities benefit equally. We applaud the government of Ghana for the decisive steps already being taken for additional recruitment of health workers as announced by the Honorable Minister at that meeting. Rural posting packages have been expanded and retention measures including salary benchmarking and improved working conditions are already being implemented. Specialist training pathways and continuous professional development opportunities have also been strengthened to ensure nurses and midwives can practice to the full extent of their competencies. Building on Ghana's health labor market analysis of 2022-2024, the Ministry of Health has also developed a health workforce investment plan 2025-2028, setting clear priorities to align education with service needs, to create jobs and to sustain the gains through retention and governance reforms. And so we applaud those steps that are already underway and really encourage that we see them be implemented to the full as has been planned. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association must continue to play a pivotal role in advocacy, in regulation, and in professional development. Your leadership is essential in promoting standards, in protecting the welfare of your members, and advancing the interests of the profession. So on this International Nurses Day, we all celebrate you, nurses and midwives. We celebrate you for your courage, for your professionalism, and for your unwavering commitment to people, to families, and to communities. On behalf of the World Health Organization, I extend our deep appreciation to you for your commitment, which continues to inspire and reassure us that indeed empowered nurses save lives and secure our future. Happy International Nurses Day.
Dr. Fiona Krabba, thank you. Thank you. Truly appreciate these words and commemorating today as well. There is a QR code which is linked to a Google form for registration which has been passed around earlier. Any of you have it? If you have your QR code, just give me a wave. If you don't have it, somebody will pass one to you. We all have it, don't we? Do we have the QR code, please? Perfect. And it's also on the screen. Those of you who don't have it, you can just, that is if you have a smartphone, you can scan this and make sure your camera is clean. You can scan it and then you get the form. You please fill it for us. It's a short one, straight to the point. We just want to just gather some feedback. So please do that for us. Thank you very much. There's also going to be another QR code that will be passed around before the program ends today to get some feedback from you as well to build on what we have done for this year going into next year. So thank you very much. We're going to do a very important exercise, that is rallying around the lamp. How many of you have this souvenir? If you have it, please raise it, raise it, raise it, raise it. Let me see it. We have red, we have light green. Raise it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Perfect. Perfect. So there's something in there. There are a couple of items in there which we're going to use for this rally around the lamp. And to help us do this and tell us the significance of it, please help me make welcome Miss Petra York. She's a staff nurse. Let's put our hands together for Miss Petra York. Right. She's been led by the cultural troupe to do us the honors for the rally around the lamp. Wonderful. There she comes. Please put your hands together for her. Thank you very much.
They wear no crowns, yet walk like royalty. Through corridors of pain, they wear no capes, yet manage to save the day. Not always seen, not always heard, but always there. In the steady hum of machines and the quiet beat between hope and fear. Madam President, Honorable Minister, special guest of honor, invited dignitaries, fellow colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Long before this moment, before the applause, before the recognition, there was a light. A young woman with a lamb, born 206 years ago, walked through wounded souls in the dark, not waiting for morning, but becoming morning. Florence Nightingale did not just take care of the sick, she redefined care itself. She proved that compassion is power, knowledge is life-saving, and that one empowered nurse can change the course of history. And today, we stand in the same light. Our nurses are our future, they say, but the truth is, they've always been our present. Who are they? You and I. The theme, Empowered Nurses Save Lives, is not just a theme. It is truth proven over time. Florence Nightingale was not just powerful, as well as other influential ladies in our noble profession. Dr. Dosia Kese, the mother of modern nursing education in Ghana, Mrs. Henrietta Owusu, also the first registrar of the Nursing and Midwifery Council. They were not just powerful, they were empowered by purpose, by knowledge, and by the courage to challenge system, transform it, and demand better for patients. Empowerment is more than words. It is support, respect, safe spaces, and voices that are finally heard. It is giving us tools to not just survive the system, but to transform it. Imagine a world where every nurse is valued, not just through applause, but in action. Their knowledge is trusted, their well-being is protected, and their humanity is remembered. When you empower a nurse, you do not just save one life. You save families, you save communities, you save the future and lives not yet lived. You become the light in someone else's darkness. So today, we do not just celebrate nurses, we recognize a lineage of strength. And so, we say to our influential leaders, the past and present, all nurses around the globe, both far and near, past Grnma leaders and their executives, we say Ayiko for your dedication, your hard work, your sacrifices, and your commitments. From the depth of our hearts, the entire leadership of the Grnma, and on behalf of our country, Ghana, to our fellow nurses and colleagues, we say Moni Ejumapa Amoye, Akpena Milo, Nagode, Nyayiwaladon, and thank you. As we rally around the lamp, let it ignite the fire in us to go back to our various facilities and departments and reaffirm our commitment to our duties as Florence Nightingale did. This is a child to keep we have and a generation to serve. Our nurses are strength. Our nurses are future. Unity. Unity. Ladies and gentlemen, Madam President, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister, invited dignitaries, shall we please remain seated as we welcome the lamb?
Coming from behind, carried by a nurse, walking proudly and majestically. The lamp is significant to the meaning and the work of nurses and midwives.
practitioners.
I am a research nurse. We support and coordinate clinical studies, ensuring patient safety and data accuracy. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am a pediatric nurse specialist. We give comprehensive care to children from birth to 18 years. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am the general nurse. We take care of the sick. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am the public health nurse. We promote health and prevent diseases. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am a nephrology nurse specialist. I take care of patients with kidney disease. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am neonatal nurse specialist. We care for newborn babies between 0 to 28 days. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am a critical care nurse. We take care of patients with critically ill. I am a critical care nurse. We care for patients with life-threatening illness. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am a midwife. We provide care for the woman, educating the woman during pregnancy, labor, and the postpartum period. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am a nurse administrator. We ensure the implementations of nursing policies. The light will shine wherever we are.
I am an orthopedic nurse. We take care of the bones. The light will shine wherever we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please turn on our lamps and rise as we recite the nurses' pledge?
You can turn on the lamps at the bottom. Look at the bottom and just flip it. There's a knob there, flip it, it would come on. The bottom of what you have there. Perfect. Please, let's all lift it up. Let's all lift it up. We want to see the lamp lit.
The nurses' pledge. The midwife's prayer.
Amen.
We are nurses, and our light will shine wherever we are.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Thank you very much.
This little light of yours, you gotta let it shine. This little light of yours, you gotta let it shine. Let it shine.
Wonderful.
Let it shine. Let it shine.
Miss Petra York and the team. Let's put our hands together for them as they do. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. We will let the light shine.
Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Wonderful.
Let's do it. Let's do the light of yours.
Let's all wave it. Let's wave it like that. Let's wave it.
You gotta let it shine.
We will let our light shine.
I'm gonna let it shine. 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 Let it shine.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for participating in this. The significance of it is right in the lamp that you have lit. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for yourselves and to the team as well who did this to give us meaning to this all-important exercise. Our special guest of honor is here. And earlier I introduced the Chief Director of the Ministry of Health, Mr. Desmond Boateng, but we have graciously been joined by the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Grace Ayensu-Dankwa. She's a Member of Parliament for the Sikado Ketan constituency. She was in her constituency, but she had to fly down here to Accra for this all-important event. Making history, flipping a Sikado Ketan for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me make welcome our guest of honor, and our special guest who is representing the minister. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for her. Thank you very much.
Alright. Although she's got busy shadows, she showed up in this place. Give her a round of applause for my dear.
So good afternoon, everyone. It's been a lovely afternoon, and again, I'd like to apologize for being late. Like you said, I was in my constituency. I literally got here less than 10 minutes ago, but I had to be here, so excuse the fact that I was late. And I have this really beautiful speech. It's so nice. I just read it. I'm so happy about it. But before I get to the speech, I wanted to say something about nursing and how nursing shaped my life as a surgeon consultant or a surgeon specialist. So I finished 6th form here in Ghana. Then I went to the US. So my first degree was in the US in California. I was at the University of Southern California. I was majoring in biochemistry. I had two options as a foreign student. I had a scholarship, but I needed to also work and make part of my payment for my school fees. I had two options: to work in the school library or to do something else. The school library, the money was not so much, but if I did nursing, I'll get something small. So I went to nursing school. It is called a nurse's aid. It was like a 3-month course. I took a nurse's aid course. And what does a nurse's aid do in America? The work of a nurse's aid is the one who will help feed the patient, the one who will empty the commode, the one who will lift the patient up and help them walk the hallway, the one that if the patient wants to insult, you'll be the first person because you are the first line of defense in the nursing, and you are the one who will make sure that if they can't clean themselves and they're in the restroom, you are the one who does that cleaning. You are the one who makes the bed. You are the one who turns the patient. And you are the one, if the patient needs somebody to talk to, you go there or you help feed the patient, make sure you change the water and you bring the ice. So that is how I started and how nursing has shaped my medical career. I got so good at doing that everybody liked me because I would do the cleaning, the best cleaning, and I'll make the best bed. So they upgraded me and gave me a position that doesn't exist. It's called the patient care technician. Because now I was a little bit better than a nurse's aide. Because now they made me do all the blood, all the phlebotomy, all the blood pressures or the vital signs in the morning, because I'll always be there. Because I was in school in the daytime, I worked the night shift. So the last shift is the one I worked. So as I'm standing here today, that's before my first degree. So in America, medicine is a second degree, it's not a first degree. So I finished my first degree as a nurse, and then I went to medical school, and then I went to study medicine. But everything I did in medical school was the basis that I got in the hospital as a nurse. So my bedside manners, the things I could do, I didn't have to wait for my nurses because I knew how to do it because I had done it before. I also knew, you can clap, I'm just joking. I also knew that as a surgeon in the theater, if my nurses are not my best friend, I'm always in trouble. Because I get there at 4:30. The day I don't please my nurses, I would ask for everything and it's not there. I also knew that if you work well with your nurses, sometimes in theater when I'm looking for the instrument, I don't have to ask. As soon as I do this, my scrub nurse puts the instrument in my hand without me telling the particular instrument I needed. So my surgery was side by side, mind by mind with my nurses that were in the theater. So I'm saying all this to say that I couldn't have gotten here without the expertise that my nurses gave me. So when I go to any hospital, the first people I please, the one that I bring the bowl fruit, is the nurses. Because the day I bring bowl fruit, that day my work is so much easier. So I'm just saying this to tell you how much I appreciate what you do, how much I have been from the bottom of what the nurses, not even the nurses aid, that one is not a nurse, that one, I've done all that work to be here, and it has shaped who I am. So on this day, I really, before I read my speech, want to say a profound, heartfelt thank you. I also know the conditions that you work in, and I'm very, very familiar. There's seriously nothing you can tell me that I haven't either seen or heard or experienced in the nursing field. So thank you. God bless you for all the wonderful work you do. We are appreciative, and we want you to continue to do good work. So now to my speech. Honorable Kurt Nawaane, Chairman of this occasion. Dr. Fiona Brackett, WHO representative and guest of honor. Dr. Samuel Kaba, he's not here, Director General, Ghana Health Service. Professor Florence Naab, keynote speaker. Mr. Daniel Obeko, PSI Regional Secretary for Africa and Arab countries. Dr. Dauda Ibrahim Brima, Chief Labor Officer. The Registrar, Nursing and Midwifery Council, Mrs. Philomena Woli. Madam Perpetua Ofori Ampofo, President of GRNMA. Heads of institutions, distinguished nurses and midwives, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. It is a great honor and profound privilege to join you today for the National Commemoration of International Nurses Day 2026. This is not merely a ceremonial gathering. It is a moment of national reflection, a moment of gratitude, and a moment to renew our commitment to the men and women whose service holds our health system together. Across our country, from teaching hospitals and regional facilities to district hospitals, health facilities, and CHIPS compound, and the most remote parts of our country, the most remote communities, nurses and midwives remain the constant face of care. You are present at the beginning of life, in the moment of illness, in periods of recovery, in times of emergency, and often in the final moments when patients and family need comfort, dignity, and compassion. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic, the government, and the people of Ghana, I extend our deepest appreciation to every nurse and midwife across this country. We thank you for your dedication, your sacrifice, your professionalism, and your unwavering commitment to duty. Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this year's theme, Our Nurses, Our Future, Empowered Nurses Save Lives, speak directly to the direction in which Ghana's health sector must move. It reminds us that the future of healthcare will not be secured by infrastructure alone, nor by technology alone, nor by financing alone. The future of healthcare will be secured by a health workforce that is motivated, protected, well-trained, well-deployed, and adequately supported to deliver quality care. No health system can succeed without nurses. No primary health care system can function without nurses. No emergency response can be sustained without nurses. No maternal and child health program can deliver its promise without nurses and midwives. And no country can achieve universal health coverage if the nursing workforce is weak, overstretched, and undervalued. That is why, as a government, we recognize that celebrating nurses must go beyond words of praise. It must be reflected in policy, in planning, in investment, and in the everyday conditions under which nurses work. We are mindful of the challenges many of you continue to face. Heavy workload, staffing gaps in some facilities, workplace pressure, uneven distribution of personnel, limited opportunity for career progression, and the need for safer and more supportive working environment. These concerns are legitimate and they are not lost on government. The Ministry of Health remains committed to strengthening health workforce planning, improving training capacity, expanding opportunities for professional development, and working with all relevant stakeholders to improve conditions within the sector. Our objective is clear: to build a system where nurses and midwives are not only available in adequate numbers, but are also empowered to perform at their highest level. Mr. Chairman, this commitment is even more important as Ghana moves to deepen primary health care and improve access to services at the community level. The recently launched Quality Free Healthcare Program will depend significantly on the leadership, skills, and presence of nurses and midwives. Early detection, health promotion, disease prevention, maternal and child health, immunization, management of common conditions, community-based follow-up will all require a nursing workforce that is confident, trusted, and properly supported. In this regard, nurses and midwives are not simply participants in the health sector reforms. You are central to this success. You are the bridge between national policy and the lived experience of the patient. You are the connection between the ministry's intention and the care that reaches the ordinary Ghanaian. The story of healthcare in Ghana cannot be told without the story of nurses and midwives. During public health emergencies, you are the front line. In rural and underserved communities, you are often the first and sometimes the only point of professional care. In our hospitals, you sustain continuity of care long after consultations are over. In our maternal health services, midwives continue to carry one of the most sacred responsibilities of our health system: protecting mothers and newborns at the most delicate point of life. Mr. Chairman, for this reason, the government of Ghana will continue to regard nurses and midwives not merely as health workers, but as strategic partners in national development. Your work affects productivity, education, family stability, community confidence, and national resilience. When nurses are empowered, lives are saved. When nurses are supported, health systems become stronger. When nurses are respected, the dignity of healthcare itself is preserved. To the leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, and all professional nurses and midwifery bodies. I commend you for your continued role in advancing professional standards, protecting the welfare of practitioners, strengthening regulation, and contributing to national health policy dialogue. Government values constructive engagement, and I assure you that the Ministry of Health will continue to work with you in a spirit of mutual respect, shared responsibility, and commitment to the public good. To every nurse and midwife in Ghana, whether you serve in a tertiary hospital, a district facility, a community clinic, a school, a correctional center, a private facility, a public health unit, or in home-based care, today the nation salutes you. Ghana appreciates your service. Ghana values your contribution. Ghana remains proud of your professionalism. Ladies and gentlemen, as we commemorate International Nurses Day 2026, let me renew our collective resolve to build a future in which every nurse is supported, every midwife is respected, and every healthcare worker is empowered to serve with skill, confidence, and dignity. Happy International Nurses Day to all nurses and midwives across Ghana. God bless our nurses and midwives. God bless all health workers, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Deputy Health Minister, Member of Parliament for Esikado Ketan constituency, Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa. Once a nurse, always a nurse indeed. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for her. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We now move to a very important item on the program as well, and that is the presentation of Special Society certificates, and that will be done by none other than our President. Please, let's put our hands together for Madame Perpetual Foriampofo.
Time for appreciation with this key. Oh, I go.
Unity. 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 Thank you. So over the years, since the establishment of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association from March 1960 till date, we have been able to develop 14 societies. In the past, we used to call them groups, but we've changed them all to societies reflecting the standards across the world. So today, we are going to present their certificates to them, which reflects their new names, not just as societies, but reflecting the names that they have also instituted as prescribed within their constitutions. So, Honorable Chair, kindly indulge me to do this little exercise, and then we'll continue with the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'll mention the name of the society, and the representatives or the leadership here would come for the citation. First, Critical Care Nurses Society, Ghana. Let's put our hands together for Critical Care Nurses Society, Ghana. There they are. Wonderful. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Next, Ear, Nose and Throat Nurses Society Ghana, ENT Nurses Society Ghana. Ear, Nose and Throat. Congratulations. Great. Emergency Nurses Society of Ghana. Emergency Nurses Society of Ghana. Emergency Nurses Society of Ghana. Any emergency nurse here, you can take it on behalf of the society. There's Moses. Moses emergency. Oh, the parents, all right. Thank you. General Nurses Society. General Nurses Society. General Nurses. General Nurses Society. Let's put our hands together for them as they come. General Nurses Society. Thank you. Next, Ghana Ophthalmic Nurses Society. Ghana Ophthalmic Nurses Society. There, yes. Congratulations. The Ghana Society of Peri-Operative Nurses. Ghana Society of Peri-Operative Nurses. They're coming. Let's put our hands together for them. Yeah, they have a branded t-shirts. Peri-Operative Nurses. Next, Mental Health Nurses Society. Mental Health Nurses Society. Mental Health Nurses Society. Mental Health Nurses Society. Congratulations. Thank you. Midwives Society. Midwives Society. So we have next the Nurse and Midwife Educators Society Ghana. Nurse and Midwife Educators Society Ghana. Thank you very much. Nurse and Midwife Specialists Society of Ghana. Nurse and Midwife Specialist Society of Ghana. Thank you very much. Next, Nurse Practitioners Society of Ghana. Nurse Practitioners Society of Ghana. Yeah, they're coming from behind. Next Practitioners. Thank you. So please, those who have come for their citations, kindly nominate one person to come back with a citation up front. They're all here. Perfect. Thank you. Next, Pediatric Nurses Society Ghana. Pediatric Nurses Society Ghana. Pediatric Nurses Society Ghana.
Shining high. Gather round, let's do it once again. I promise you will have a good time.
Thank you. Next, Physician Assistant Certified Registered Anesthetic Society. Congratulations. Finally, Preventive Health Nurses Society Ghana. Preventive Health Nurses Society Ghana. There they come. Congratulations.
Come on now, the sun is shining hard. Gather round, let's do it once again. I promise you will have a good time. Let's do it the best way that we know.
Thank you very much. We're done.
So, on this special day of International Nurses Day, we want to tell you, our societies, that we appreciate the work you are doing. The work you are doing in your various fields is keeping the population of Ghana healthy. And within the family of GRNMA, we appreciate you, the insights, the inputs in all the National Council meetings, and it's important that we stand together, we stand united, and continue to build the GRNMA to the levels that we'll all be proud of. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam President. So we'll take the photographs. Next, we will prepare the way for the chairman's closing remarks as we draw the curtains down this all-important occasion, the launch and celebration of International Nurses Day 2026. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for them. Isn't this lovely? Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jake. DJ Jake, thank you. Say, means it's sweet. We want to hear the sweet words of our chairman for the closing remarks to bring some clarity to the future of nurses and shed some light to the pockets and the concerns of nurses. Please, let's make welcome our chairman. Please, let's put our hands together for him. He'll give us some closing remarks.
The Honorable Minister, the President of the Nurses Association, all the wonderful guest speakers, and the wonderful personalities that are here, my good friends and hard-working nurses, all my guest speakers and the President have practically done all the work for me. And some of it came in the form of an advice to government. And I stand here to say that we've heard, we agree with them. We associate ourselves with your concerns. I remember that somebody like me, I've been working with you for the past 33 years. So. And I've even gotten one of you in my house. Working with you was not enough. I sent one of you to my house to be the mother of my children. And so, when I advocate that something good should happen to you, I'm only advocating it for myself. So we've heard everything. The government has taken notice of all your concerns. And the future, I believe, is not that bad. As one of the speakers said, that the future doesn't look clear. The future actually will be clear. There are obstacles, but we will walk over them. There are unemployed nurses, but we all know that this unemployed nurses is artificial. It is artificial in the sense that we need them at the hospitals and we need them at the health facilities. Those who have not been paid, the reset agenda of the economy is ongoing. And I'm sure that the Minister of Finance will give clearance for all nurses to be paid. Having said this, I thought that I should mention this to you, that the health ecosystem and the environment have changed a little bit. In the era of social media, the search engines, in the era of artificial intelligence, we must be careful the way we communicate with our clients, the patients. Majority of them are now knowledgeable than previously. And I believe that I should mention this to you so that we are careful with the way these days we deal with our major clients, the patients. Thank you, and God bless all of you. God bless the nurses, and God will take care of you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Dr. Kurt Nawaane, thank you. When you say God will take over. So please, do we want the reward on earth or in heaven? Yes, God will take care of us, but we want you, government. Or you accept that God will take care of us? You need both. Yes, so honorable, we need both. So God will take care of us, you too. He said he will take care of you, so please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. We're going to present some plaques to our guests. First, we have please, let's welcome the President. Let's put our hands together for the President, Madam Perpetual Florian Pofo. Thank you. Thank you. So these plaques are being presented as a token of a thank you message to all our dignitaries who make some time to join us for this celebration, the launch and celebration for this year. So thank you so much for coming. First off, the Deputy Minister for Health. Please, let's put our hands together for Dr. Ayensu Dankwa. For and on behalf of the Minister. Next, he describes himself as the best friend of the nurses. Please, the Honorable Dr. Kurt Nawaane, let's put our hands together. Next, Professor Florence Naab. Let's put our hands together for Prof, our keynote speaker.
Dr. Fiona Brakwa, WHO, our guest of honor. Thank you. Dr. Samuel Kaba has taken leave of us, but somebody will take it on his behalf. Yes. Anybody from the Ghana Health Service, please. Next. Alhaji Dawuda Ibrahim Brahima, Chief Labor Officer. Next, Reverend Father Osmond Kodolo. Let's put our hands together for Rev. Let's put our hands together for Rev. Thank you. Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam President. Thank you very much. And Reverend Father Osman Kodolo would now help us with a closing prayer, after which we would have photographs. And this is the order of photography. Please take note. The dignitaries would first take with the national executives and invited guests and the National Council and the special societies in that order. Thank you, DJ Jake. Thank you. Before Reverend Father Osman Kodolo comes in with the closing prayer, we have Miss Janet Okere, who will give us the vote of thanks. Shai Osudoku, District Hospital 2026 IND Planning Committee member. Let's put our hands together for her.
Unity. Unity. I'm deeply honored to be called to give the vote of thanks for this August occasion. Madam President, Mr. Chairman, distinguished guests, invited dignitaries, our esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, kindly permit me to stand on existing protocols as I deliver the vote of thanks. On behalf of the GRNMA, I express our heartfelt gratitude as we close the launch of the 2026 International Nurses Day celebration. We thank the Almighty God for His grace and blessings on today's successful event. Our sincere appreciation goes to our esteemed chairman for the occasion, for your guidance, leadership, and unwavering support. We are deeply grateful to the representative of the Minister for Health, our special guest of honor, for gracing the occasion and for the ongoing support for nurses and midwives in Ghana. To our guest of honor, we thank you for your inspiring and empowering words. Our heartfelt thanks to our keynote speaker for your insightful and thought-provoking address. We appreciate all our guests for carving time from your busy schedule to join us today. To our host and president, Mrs. Perpetual Ofori Ampofo, we commend your dedication and leadership in advancing nursing and midwifery practice nationwide. To all our special guests, we say thank you. Reverend Father Osman Kodolo, thank you for your continued prayers and support. God bless you. To our National Council members, past executives, Director of Nursing and Midwifery Services, all nurse managers and leaders here, and specialized groups, your endless dedication and support means the world to us. To to our MC, who has successfully steered the affairs today, our Grnma gallant media, and all media houses here, the Grnma Cultural Troupe, DJ Jakes, Mr. Kabonu, 365 Concept, to Litap Pharmaceuticals, our esteemed sponsors, and all supporting teams here, we thank you for ensuring the program's success. We thank the National Secretariat staff for your pivotal roles played. We acknowledge the planning committee for successful planning of this important program. Finally, to the entire nursing fraternity here, joining us also virtually and on all our social media platforms, your presence means a lot to us. As we reflect on our theme, our nurses are future, empowered nurses saves lives, let us continue to support and empower nurses to give quality healthcare services. May the Almighty God bless us all, continue to make us great and strong, and thanks to you all once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this. And please, let's welcome Reverend Father to close us as we've come to the end of this all-important event today. Let's put our hands together for Reverend Father. Thank you.
Shall we humbly rise and pray? We render gratitude to your holy name, God our Father, for bringing this program to a successful end. It has just begun. We have been strengthened. We have been empowered to go and save lives in our respective hospitals and communities. We can only do this by your grace, God our Father. We humbly ask you to grant us all that we need so that we will work effectively for our nation, for humanity. As we work so hard, Father, may we also find delight and happiness in serving you and your people. In a very special way, we pray for leadership. Leadership of our nation, leadership of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, and we pray that you empower them so that they will always champion the cause of nurses and midwives in our country. We entrust our health sector into your hands. We humbly ask that you will correct every wrong, every mistake that this health sector faces. We pray that all who have been given roles to play will do so with much dedication and love. Above all, we pray, Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, that you grant us journeying mercies. As we move from this place to our various destinations, send your angels to lead us safely. At the dawn of a new day, waking in joy, may we continue to sing your praises. Help us to do our best for our nation, Ghana, wherever we find ourselves. Until we meet again next year, dear brothers and sisters, may God our Father continue to bless us and keep us from every danger. We make our prayer through your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, the healer par excellence, he who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God forever and ever.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father Osman Kodolo. Thank you. Please take your seats. While you do that, let's put our hands together for Rev. Thank you. Let's put our hands together for Rev. Thank you. And we'll now go for our photographs. First, please, may I have the dignitaries join us in front. Deputy Health Minister, Mr. Chairman, WHO, Chief Labor Officer, also Professor Florence Naab, Thank you. Thank you very much. And they will now be joined by the National Executive of the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, National Executives. Please remain seated. The refreshment, everything would happen in here, so please don't leave us here. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's join the registrar